This conference will now be recorded.
So today I'm going to talk on the industrial visit. So I just want to interact with that you have opted for. Just want to interact pharmacy profession. Can industrial visit about just whatever comes to your mind? Can anybody just interact? What do you mean by this industrial visit? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Can anyone just unmute and tell what is this industrial visit? Whatever you understand by the term industrial visit.
A place where we can practically learn something by watching.
Yeah, a place where you learn practically. Very good. Anything else?
Can you repeat the question?
Whoever is, one request is, I just request the participants, whoever is talking, please those unmute and speak so that the disturbance is little less. One by one, you can unmute and just interact. Fine?
Can you
Yeah,
repeat the
anybody,
question?
unmute yourself and tell one. My question is, what do you understand by this industrial visit? You can see on this slide, I have put this slide and I'm going to talk on the industrial visit. So what do you understand by this term industrial visit? Or can you relate this term industrial visit to the profession you are entering into?
Students go there and they get to know about the work environment and the work it's going on or the procedure, something like that.
Yeah, yes, very good. So as a part of your curriculum, this industrial visit, because we are into is not a course, it is a professional course and it is one of the paramedical course where we do risk the life of the people, right? So overall there are other aspects also, but here I'll be telling about the manufacturing aspect. So we as a pharmacist, after our graduate postgraduate, majority of them they do enter into pharmaceutical industries. So that is one of the hub of pharma profession, pharmaceutical industry. So when you go into industry, there you are involved in manufacturing of the final product. So whatever you get in the medical shop, say tablets, you are into manufacturing. That is what pharmaceutical industry is about. So there, what are the things you have to like understand, and how do you get in yourself involved in the manufacturing? So that is what you're learning. So your course is like you study theoretically, but as previously most of our senior teachers have told, theoretical knowledge is not at all sufficient. You have to do practically, you have to see how the practicality from the industry aspect, and then only you are building your career and you are proceeding with a strong foundation. Okay, so that is what the industrial visit is about. So before telling you about how we do the industrial train visit and all those things and all, I would just like to tell you why industrial visit, as I have told you, and I'll just brief you out a little more in depth. So industrial visit has its own importance. We being in the professional career, the visit to the industry to see the practicality will become at most important in the career who are into this profession. That is why we have to go for industrial visit, and we do, and it is considered as a part of college curriculum. When it comes to the specific degrees, that is the BPharm degree, The curriculum says they have to undergo industrial training. So that is a different aspect. So I'll be telling about the industrial visit. It is the college which will decide that they'll take the students to the industry. Okay, a tour. You can call it as a mini trip or a tour or excursion tour, something like that. So it is a part of the college curriculum. Then industrial visit, it provides an insight regarding the internal working of the companies. Even though you do the practicals, something related to the formulation in the college, but the environment, the way the industry or the company's work will be much more different. So in order to make you understand how the companies, especially pharmaceutical companies, work, we do take the students to the industrial visit. So to add on that, this theoretical knowledge, whatever you study in your degree courses, that may not be sufficient until and unless you try to implement it. So the place where you implement whatever you have gained theoretically is the industry. Okay, so in order to make sure that whatever the theoretical knowledge you have gained, that has been applied, we take you to the industrial visit. And finally, the aim for going for this industrial visit is to make the student practical perspective, strong in the practical aspects in the world of pharmacy profession. That is the reason why this industrial visit is part of our college course. Next, moving on, objectives of industrial visit, or I can tell you the importance of industrial visit. Again, to brief you out, what all the benefits of industrial visit. The first one, as you can see on the slide, this industrial visit gives an opportunity to get exposure to real workstation, plant, machines, and system. So whatever you do in the practical, say example, you are formulating a tablet in the college lab. The equipments, whatever you use, may be different in the industry. So to understand what type of equipments, machineries they use, how they follow the procedure in the manufacturing, this industrial visit is the best way to make you people understand and see that you get exposure to the actual real workstation. Instrument handling, as I told you, in our college we do have the equipments, but the equipments whatever we use it for the regular labs may be of lab scale purpose. The example, to explain you little more in a layman language, in college we may teach you to manufacture 10 tablets, but in industry they don't go for manufacturing 10 tablets, they do manufacture in a lot of lakhs of tablet, right? So the equipments will there is a scale up of the equipment, so how the equipments will work. And in general, the equipments which are used in industry is automated. They it is system fed. You feed the inputs to the system, to the equipment, it works automatically, but that is not done in the college. We do, like example, tablet punching machine, the best example I can tell you. Whatever the tablet punching machine we have in our college, it is manually operated, but in industry the tablet punching machine is completely automated. So that you can understand once you go into industry and visit it. Okay, that is one importance. Industrial visit makes students aware of industrial practices. It's not only manufacturing, there are a lot of other aspects where industry has its role to play. So to understand the industrial practices, industrial visit plays a role. Then once you go to industry, there is a face-to-face session with the technical people, with the administrative experts. So in industry, there are people in and day in, day out, they are facing lots of issues during the formulation part, during the manufacturing part. So they will be having a sound knowledge of the issues, whatever they face. Okay, so once you go to industry, we get an opportunity to interact with such people, whether let it be on technical aspect or whether it be on administrative aspect. Say example, how to document it. So each and every work, whatever is done in industry is documented. So that also we can understand once we go there and see how they work. The senior functional experts along with supervisors, they are there to explain about the company functions. In the next subsequent slides, I'll just give you an overview about the pharmaceutical industry, how the pharmaceutical industry works. So there are different departments. So each department is headed by the people, and once you go to industry, you can interact with the head of all the departments to know how the company works overall. So that is the advantage of this industrial visit. Then students, they not only gain to see the visual how they work, but students will also learn about the newer technologies. Some technologies may not be as a part of your syllabus, but the industrial point of view, the newer technologies are very much used. So those things students will come across. That is the advantage. And students understand the company policies in terms of production, in terms of quality, in terms of service management. So all those, they do follow certain guidelines. In industry, whatever they do, they follow the guidelines. It is not like this arbitrarily done. Guidelines like we GMP, that is we have good manufacturing practice, we have good laboratory practice, then we have something called as good documentation practice. So all these practices and the guidelines are laid down by industry, which they follow day in and day out. So that is as a it's a it's a big plays a big major role in the industrial aspect, so that we can understand. And finally, expert brief about the functioning of machines and systems. So this is very superficially I have just added on the point to tell you what are the benefits of industrial visit. Now, once you learn theoretically in the college, and finally when you go for industrial visit, you could understand more. So that is the concept of industrial visit. So to summarize, our college, we organize some of the excursion to organize, or we can tell it as industrial visit in and around the state, like in and around Bangalore, and sometimes we have taken these students outside to other states also where pharmaceutical companies are there. So this is done for the final year students, especially for the B Farm student and the M Farm student. We take the student to the industrial visit because it is more relevant to the study, to the program, whatever they study during their course. So as I told you, I'll just give you an overview about pharmaceutical industry. So this slide, whatever you can see on the screen, tells you about how a pharmaceutical industry works and what is the application. I'll not go in detail because it may be confusing, or some may not understand. Still, you are in a budding stage. I'll just tell you what are the different departments or how it works on. So it starts something like from warehousing. So you can see this warehousing. Warehousing is nothing but a place in pharmaceutical industry where they store all the raw materials. Whatever is used by the company, they store it in the warehouse. So from the warehouse, the products, whatever the raw materials, it goes to different departments. So there, the traceability and compliance comes into picture. And industry do monitor the costing and analysis of a particular manufacturing, what they are involved in. And the major part of pharmaceutical industry, when we tell, is the formulation and packaging, where they do formulate the final product, whatever the dosage form it is, they do involve in packing and all those things. It is a part of working of the industry. Then there is something called as inventory. Inventory is how they invest and how the cost run around for each and every step of manufacturing. Okay, that also they do monitor. And there is something called as planning and scheduling department. They plan the work. Say example, industries into the manufacturing of tablet and capsule. So that time they have to plan. They just cannot run around. So there is a different department called planning and scheduling, which will schedule the work accordingly, and there is no hampering of the works of each other. That is how it goes. And there is batch production department. Then we have something called as QA and QC. Have you heard of this term, QA and QC? Anybody?
Quality
QA,
assurance
QC.
and
It's a very
quality.
common term.
Quality
Very good,
analysis.
very good. So quality assurance and quality control. So this is one of the department in the company which mainly deals with the quality of the product. Okay, so how they work? So they work as a separate department. Quality control, that is QC, as a different department. QA is a different department. So when you go to industrial visit, you can see how these two departments, even though it sounds both are starting from quality, so you may think both are same, but no, that is not. That you understand once you go to the industry and see how the department works, how individual responsibilities are shared in the department. So overall, to tell you, pharmaceutical industry is nothing but a chain of different department which works together. Okay, so you can just assume a small break in the chain in one part, that will lead to lots of difficulties or problems. So the same way, pharmaceutical industry, there are n number of departments, but they see that the works are done together. So that is how pharmaceutical industry works. So to tell it theoretically, it may not be that pleasing to the students, or that you may not understand. So industrial visits have been arranged by our college so that you understand it. So coming back to our college, as I told you, we do organize industrial visit once a year. We do take students, especially BPharm, final year BPharm and MPharm students, to different industries. How we proceed, it's not like just okay, tomorrow we'll have an industrial visit, we'll go to industry. No, like it's not like that. We have to it has to be properly channelized. That is what you can see. The first and foremost thing what we do is, we do send a request letter to the industry. Say our senior expertise in the college, in the academic, who are in contact with the industry people, they do send the request letter to the industry, that regarding the industrial visit what we want to. And it generally proceeds in 4 important stages. So there we tell about our institution. The first and foremost thing the industry do is, okay, the institution is reputed, it is having a sound knowledge, the students are having sound knowledge, then they do take interest in calling the students of that particular college to the industry. So we do tell about our institution, then the purpose of communication, why we have to go for industrial, to that is what we communicate. Then we give the visitors profile, how many students are visiting, and whether it is in a batch or a bulk, because industry they don't entertain all 60 or 70 students together. We can neither they nor we usually go for that. So we take the students in a batches. So that profile we will give the industry, and finally the date of visit will be fixed. Then we will organize the visit, where the students will see in and around the company each and every aspect, each and every department of the industry, seeing how they work, how the individual work, all those things we see. And during the visit, we do follow the rules and regulations as per the company norms, because the companies are involved in manufacturing of dosage form. There are certain rules and regulations which they do give us. These are the rules you have to follow. So we do take the students following the regulations of that particular company. And finally, after the industrial visit, the reports of the visit is prepared by the students, and we finalize it and we document it. So that is how we proceed with the industrial visit in our college. So just to brief you out, these are some of the pics of industrial visit which had we have taken on in the past few years. So you can see there is a company, we have explained, shared the company name. There is Anglo-French Drugs and Industrial Limited. It is again in Bangalore. Then you have this Karnataka Antibiotic and Pharmaceutical Limited, which is mainly involved in manufacturing of antibiotics. So there we have taken our student. We have taken our students to micro labs. It's one of the reputed labs which is involved in manufacturing of solid and liquid orals. So here again the students got an opportunity to go to micro labs, where they did understand how the industry works. And again, Anglo-French, these are some of the companies which we have visited in the past few years. Okay, so that's a pic which I wanted to share. Then next, here you can see uh, we have this consent letter. It's a letter from the industry what we could our seniors from the college could get for the interaction of not only the student but also faculty. So these are the companies which we have got the consent letter. That is one you can see here, Skinva, then there is Anglo-French, there is Microlab. These are the consent letter which we could get from the industry for both faculty and for student interaction. Next, moving on to one more topic on the induction. So before starting this, I would like to interact with you people. Is there any doubt on this industrial visit? You want to know anything more about industrial visit? Anything you want to know more about industrial visit or anything? I would like to interact
No, ma'am.
with you people. No. So did you understand how industrial visit is done, organized in our college, why it is done and all those things?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Anything,
ma'am.
any doubts? You want to clarify?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No?
No, ma'am.
Shall I proceed?
No, ma'am.
So
Proceed,
do
ma'am.
come to our college. Yeah, once all your once people are in final year of your degree, master degree, and we will take you to industrial visit. Okay, so you will really appreciate how the company works, and you will gain more knowledge by this industrial visit. That's what I'd like to wind up
Okay, ma'am.
with this industrial visit. Next, moving on to parents meet. What is this parents meet? All are aware of this parents meet, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Parents meet. Yeah, from childhood, from your schools, uh, parents are to call to your respective schools. They interact. Some kids they get scolding from the teacher in front of the parents. That is the conception, right? Regarding parents meet. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So parents, when I tell parents
Yes,
meet,
ma'am.
does it scare you
Yes,
people?
ma'am.
When I tell parents meet, does it scare you people?
No, ma'am.
No,
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 ma'am. No, ma'am.
No,
Very
ma'am.
good. Very good.
no, ma'am.
Yeah. So if the
No,
college is
ma'am.
organizing parents meet, all are willing to get your parents. It is
Yes, ma'am.
mandatory.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
You have to get your parents.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, no.
Okay. So this is one more part. The college one as a working of the college parents meet is organized by our college mainly to connect to see that there is a connection between the parents and the teachers who will play a major role in the life of a student. Yes or no? So that is why it is mandatory and we do conduct parents meet in our college. So what is this parents meet? All of you are aware of. It's nothing but a face-to-face meeting between teacher. You meet subject teacher or you meet class teacher with the parents. So parents or guardian, whoever is willing to come with the student, whoever accompany with the students, we do interact. So why this parents meet is very much important. I don't have to tell. It is you people all know, right? So I'll just have a discussion on this parents meet in the subsequent slides. So, as I told you, when I tell parents meet, some of the students will get disturbed. Oh no, why they conduct parents meet? Are any parents there in the session?
No, ma'am.
Any of your parents are listening the session?
No, ma'am.
No,
So,
no, ma'am.
in general, Okay, I'll just pass on the message to you so that you can tell your parents not to have the fear of parents coming to the college. Okay, so in this slide you can see the general misconception about we call it as parents teacher meet, that is PTM. PTM, that is what in short we call it as. So traditionally when you tell about parents teacher meet, the students that thing is students are not there, only parents will come into the classroom, they talk with the teacher, the students are not present. So that is not so. We do interact with your only. Okay, so that conception is not there in our institution. Then parents often do not know what to expect until they walk in. So the fear in parents mind will be there. I don't know how my kid is in the college, I don't know what the teacher is going to talk, whether it is positive or negative. So those dilemma will be there in parents mind. So it's not the same. Then focus is often on grades of the student. It is not like as soon as your parent come, we will show your sessional marks. See, your student is, your kid is very bad. No, nothing like that. It's a general interaction what we do with your parents. Okay, and teachers sometimes use genre parents don't understand. That is not the case. We do see that the parents are comfortable, they are connecting to us with whatever the language they are comfortable. In fact we connect with the parents with the language which they are comfortable with. Then we don't we do tell the negative about the student in case it is there, but not in a such a way that parents will feel bad why my kid is like that. No, we don't. And parents may be uncomfortable, so that we do remove during the talk. And it is not like teachers also feel a lot of stress. We do enjoy interacting with your parents, so that by interacting with your parents we can try to train you in such a way. So individual students, we do take the inputs how the students behave in home, and then we do try to train the students. That is the reason why we do this PTM every year. Okay, so here the slides tell what is the benefit of this parents teacher meet. So when it comes to the benefits, what the parents get is they get motivated. So obviously a student is having plus point, they are excel in academics. So we do share our aspects with your parents, so that the parents get motivated. They get an idea how the kid is in the campus. So they do feel very good to hear good things about their kids. Okay, and with this we see that the parents are continuously informed about your educational style, or how you are in the college campus. That is what we try to connect with your parents. And when it comes to students, it is not at all as stressful to have a parents meet. So parents meet generally it triggers a positive result in the students. Okay, that please do keep in mind. So when we talk to your parents, it is a kind of motivation what you get, and your behavior will be a little better, and better attendance. So you don't feel like coming to college. But when we do interact with your parents, and your parents see the college, the campus, the teachers, they interact and they do motivate you to go to college regularly. So better attendance, and the final intention of this parents meet is to have a higher academic achievement. That's the main intention why we do interact with your parents and you and all these things. And teacher, obviously you achieve in your academics, obviously the teacher will feel proud. Any of the teacher in our institution, we do feel proud that our students are excelling in academics, right? Apart from that, from your parents we do get information about your behavior and all those things, so that we can make you excel in the profession. That is what the reason why we go for parents meet. So college shapes an individual as an integrated human being, right? Parents, teachers, college, and the social system plays a very crucial role as the stakeholders in the future building of an individual. So that is the intention why we conduct this parents meet. Okay, so these are some of the parents teacher meet photo which we have conducted in our college in previous years. You can see the not only interact with the teacher, subject teacher or class teacher, we do take the parents to see how the facilities, each whatever the infrastructure we have, they are very much welcome to see the infrastructure, how it works, and how we try to depict the industrial picture in our college. So all these things, and along with that, there will be one-to-one face interaction with each subject teacher and the class teacher. We do take the feedback parents, and along with that, we show the your sessionals, whatever we conduct the sessionals. So those sessional, how your kid behaves, all those things we do interact with your parents. So that is how the parents teacher meets proceed. Any query, any question? I wish your parents would have joined this session because it was on parents meet. It would have been good for the parents to interact with us. Any query?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Anything you want to ask? So please see that whatever is being told today, you convey to your parents and tell them not to have a dilemma about parents meet, and to happily come to our institution on the parents meet and do interact with everybody and see the college campus and infrastructure what we have, so that they'll get the confidence how best the institution is. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So the
Yes, ma'am.
session now is open for interaction. Please don't end the session with yes, no. Interact, talk, ask questions or anything, whatever you feel, you can interact. Nobody wants to interact?
Ma'am, only fourth year students can visit industry.
Yes, only fourth year student. That is because in your initial year, first year, second year, you may not gain that much theoretical knowledge regarding the profession. Okay, so by the time you come to final year, you would have studied the aspects like the equipments used in industry, the formulation aspect. Then we also study, make you understand about the guidelines, what all guidelines the pharmaceutical industry follows, all those things. So by the time you come to fourth year, it is like you have gained enough theoretical knowledge to understand about the industry. It happens like we take you in the first year only, you don't know what is the process going on, what is the equipment for, and when the industry people try to interact, the connectivity is not there in the initial years. Okay, so we will train you on the theoretical aspect with some of the practicals that is again related to the industry, and finally in the final year of your degree, once we take you to the industry, you will understand, yeah, this is the process, this is the equipment is used for this particular thing. So when they talk about the some of the technical terms and all, you may not understand. That's the reason we usually see that final year students are taken to the industry.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Anything else? Any other doubts you want?
Ma'am, at what time interval parents meet is conducted?
We do conduct usually once a year. Annually, we do conduct parents meet, and it goes on the whole day. Either your parents or guardian can accompany you, and the teachers are interacting with them.
Okay, ma'am.
Anything else? Okay, I'll wind up this session. Thank you, everyone. I hope all of you are enjoying the induction program.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes,
are
ma'am.
getting
Yes, ma'am.
it is again a kind of industrial tour only. So how you theoretically you know, then you do practically. This induction program is also same way. First, before you come to the actual campus and see the classes, labs, and all those things, you are gaining the information how the college is, what all parameters college works. Then you come into. It's very easy for you to sink into the institution. Okay. So do enjoy. All the best for your futures and hoping that you all people will come soon.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm closing to finish interaction.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.